Assalamu alaikum and welcome Quranic Arabic learners to today's lesson number 52 of the Quranic Arabic Grammar course Simplified for Beginners. Today we will use interrogatives with pronouns and prepositions. And as always, we practice from a few Quranic verses. Please find any videos you have missed by watching the playlists Quranic Arabic for Beginners or Quranic Arabic Simplified. Let us now begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So last time you learned the questioning noun aina, which means where. So today we're going to combine these questioning nouns in this first example with a pronoun anta, which means you. So you can say aina anta, which means where are you. Now we're going to combine prepositions with questioning nouns, as in a few examples here. In the first one, min aina, it means from where min is your preposition to mean from. So in the next example, you can say fi ayyi, it means in which, where fi is your preposition to mean in. And in this third example here, you can say ma'a man, it means with whom, where ma'a means with, it's a preposition, and man means, as we have covered in prior lessons, it's a questioning noun to mean whom. Now let's use a pronoun and a preposition with a questioning noun. As in this example, min aina antum. It means where are you from, where min is your preposition, aina is your questioning noun, and antum is your pronoun, which is plural, referring to you all. So when there is a preposition before the questioning noun ma, which means what, you combine it and you drop the alif in it. So let's take an example. So if there is the preposition be, which means in, if you combine it and if it precedes ma, then what happens is the alif in the ma is dropped and you just say bima, which means with what. Similarly, if the preposition over here li, if it comes before ma, it becomes lima, which means for what or why. And again in the spelling, the alif in the ma is dropped. So it's pronounced and written lima. Now let's combine the preposition min, which means from, with ma. So notice here that the noon merges with the meme occurring in the ma, and what happens is you drop the alif and the meme doubles. So it becomes mimma, which means from what. And then the next one shows the preposition an, and it is combined with ma, right? Again, the noon and the meme, they combine, the alif and the ma drops, and it becomes amma, which means about what. Now let's summarize what we have learned in the case of a preposition coming before ma. We said that the alif is dropped, and let's go over these 4 examples. In the first case here, the preposition be preceded ma, it became bima. As in this example, bima katabta ad-darsa. It means with what did you write the lesson, where bima means with what, katabta is the verb, it means you wrote, and ad-darsa is the lesson. In the next example, we combine min with ma and we said it becomes mimma. So in this example, mimma khalaqallahu nasa, it means from what did Allah create human beings. So where mimma means from what, khalaqa is your verb to mean he creates, and Allah is the subject of this verb, and an-nasa is human beings, and it's serving as the object of this verb, khalaqa. In the next example, an preceded ma and it became amma. In this example, amma sa'altal mudarrisa. It means about what you asked the teacher, where amma means about what, sa'alta is the verb and it means you asked, and al-mudarrisa is the object of this verb. It means the teacher. And in this example here, li, the preposition li preceded ma to become lima, which we said means why. And then in this example, lima fatahtal baba. Why did you open the door? Here lima means why. Fatahta is your verb. It means you opened. And al-baba is the door and it's the object of this verb here. So now let's study lima with an example of a Quranic verse. And again, this is a portion of a verse here that we are looking at. In the first one, lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. It means, why do you say that which you do not do? So let's break it down. So lima is what we have been studying. It means why. Taquluna, it's your verb to mean you all say. Now notice here ma is used. So this ma has another function, which is it can be used to mean that which. Okay, so here the ma is not used as the questioning ma that we have been studying. Here it means that which. Okay, and la taf'aluna. So la is your negation and taf'aluna is your verb in plural, which means you all do. So the la made it negative to mean you do not do. Please note that limadha, lima, and limah with a ha at the end, they all mean the same thing. It means why. So this ha at the ending is added when limah is used by itself. Okay, let's take an example. For example, if I ask you, "Adhahabta ilal masjid?" Did you go to the mosque? And you answer, "Na'am," yes. And I ask you, "Lima?" Why? See, lima stood by itself, so that's why the ha was added at the end. Let's do a quick example from the Quran to look at mimma. فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. It means, so let man see from what he was created. So this from what, as we have seen today, is mimma. We look at this phrase from a Quranic verse to study amma. So right here, amma yatasa'alun. It means about what do they ask one another. If you are regular with watching the 2 or 3 short videos that I post per week, you will succeed in mastering Quranic Arabic, inshaAllah. If this video benefited you, please do like, subscribe, comment, and keep watching these short videos. Subhanaka wa bihamdika la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.